Well, it sure is still feeling like January out there. We haven't really been able to get a break from this cold yet. The good news is, though, we're not seeing very strong winds out there, so those wind chill values should not be too much of a factor as we go throughout the next few days. Right now, we're looking at wind speeds anywhere from around 5 to possibly some isolated 10-mile-an-hour wind speeds. Really nothing too major, and it's looking like they're even going to continue to lighten up and calm down as we go into tonight and into tomorrow as well. Here's a look at the wind trend for the rest of the evening. Again, just some light winds, not anything too noticeable, but the real trend, though, as we go into the evening and then into the overnight, heading into Wednesday morning, that's when the winds are honestly barely, noticeable at all. We're really going to see very light winds, so then those wind chill values shouldn't be as major that we have, especially last weekend. Now our temperatures are going to be staying fairly similar that we have the last few days, but again, the biggest thing in this is that those winds are going to be barely noticeable, so we should not even have too big of deductions to our feels like temperatures. Tonight we're staying chilly, but very considerable to where we have been the last few days. Honestly, just a few degrees below normal for this time of year, so it's still feeling like January out there. As we go into tomorrow's highs, we're seeing them getting into the low 20s again. Some areas off to the north possibly staying in the teens, but again, focusing on those light winds, not going to be too bad out there in terms of the wind chills, feeling fairly close to the actual temperature. Now, as we look into the next few days on SkyTrack, it's going to be staying quiet as we go throughout Wednesday and possibly into the beginning of Thursday as well. Really just seeing the trends in the cloud coverage as we go into the afternoon. We'll see some clearing, possibly though after that sun already sets, so we won't be seeing too much sunshine out there, which is really indicative of how those temperatures are playing out tomorrow. And then even though we're clearing up into the overnight hours, you'll see our flow has actually switched to be out of the south. And while again those winds aren't going to be too strong by any means, not really strong enough to funnel in much warmer air, it's cutting off that colder air supply that we've been having for the past week or so. So we get a brief break in the fact that tomorrow's overnight lows shouldn't be as chilly as they have been, really only staying in the teens as you're waking up in the morning Thursday. So definitely a lot more milder than we have been, actually staying above average for those overnight temperatures. And then as you wake up, you'll see some cloud coverage starting to move in a little bit as we go into Thursday morning, kind of cutting off any heating that we could possibly be getting from the sun, staying fairly mild throughout most of the day, but those clouds are coming in ahead of our next potential for some snowfall. Here it is coming in into the evening hours Thursday. Most of it will be falling into the overnight period, so you could be waking up to possibly some measurable snow at your doorstep as you go into Friday morning. As you can see, though, it really starts to fall apart, so whether or not it can stay put together and keep its act together to really give us some snow is still a little bit up in the air, but it's looking like some of us could pick up possibly some measurable accumulation, really just looking at less than an inch. And then we have another snow chance going into the weekend, looking more towards Sunday. Again, similar to what we're going to be seeing Friday, in that there is a chance for a lot of us to see those flakes, but really not looking at a major accumulation amount by any means. So Sunday is looking like a little bit better of a chance for a widespread snow compared to what we're seeing Friday, but overall temperatures warming as we go into the weekend, possibly cooling off again as we go into next week. So really just kind of a chilly pattern. That's the main thing with this forecast. It's going to be chilly, but it's January. So.
Right, what can we expect, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. A Sunday snow is great for the vibe, though. I love the sound of that.
Yes,
Yes, that sounds great. Thank you, Nicole.